Gloucester Police Department is testing Tesla Model 3 to add to its fleet. Tesla News for the Week, Part 2. Let's cover the competition. I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla Weekend. Toyota is buying Lyft's autonomous car division for $550 million. Lyft is the latest company to abandon the expensive development of autonomous vehicles. This appears to be a sale at a loss, which would lead me to believe that Lyft is nowhere close to cracking that impossible nut. And worth noting is that Lyft would arguably be in a better position to capitalize on the technology than Toyota, since Lyft, offers ride-hailing service. On the flippity-dippity, Baidu Apollo to launch fully driverless ride-hailing service in Beijing, demonstrating a new commercialization model for autonomous driving. Well, that sounds exciting. Beijing has crazy traffic, not like, Mexico City or London, but insane. So let's get into it. Oh, it's just going to be at the Olympics. It will only be at the Beijing's Shugong Park, one of the venues for the Beijing Winter Olympics. It's a people mover. Okay, well, it's not nothing, but it is close. It's like what happens when you order self-driving on Wish. If you're tuning in for the April giveaway and promotion announcements, those are coming later in the show, so stay tuned for that. Thailand to only allow battery electric vehicle sales from 2035. That is an aggressive target for a country that is still in development. Great. Let's clean up the air. Let's get to it. And with a target 14 years out, the time to adapt should be not unreasonable. Tesla says it will power all superchargers with renewable energy this year. It was a kind of a throwaway comment on Earth Day, talking about supercharger stats, and then additionally, all our superchargers will be 100% renewable in 2021. What Justin Lang did not mention is how that's going to happen. I would expect that they're using the system where you can select which part of the grid you're buying your power from, which may include a small premium at times, but I don't know. It's whatever. Gloucester Police Department is testing Tesla Model 3 to add to its fleet. It's about every other week we get these news stories about a new department somewhere either implementing a Tesla into their police fleet or at least exploring it, because a lot of the upsides are becoming apparent, things like not losing gas on idle time, and a lot of the drawbacks, the apparent drawbacks, are less legitimate than previously considered, and this is how we find that out. California's white gold rush, lithium in demand amid surge in electric vehicles. If you've ever been to the Salton Sea, and why would you, they've got a lot of lithium there, and it could be reasonable to start extracting it for use in batteries and other products. And it is carbon neutral-ish. There is carbon involved, but less than it requires. It's basically green. Tesla to add EV components recycling facilities at Shanghai factory. Yeah, Giga Shanghai is going to get the ability to begin recycling components of their batteries. This, of course, will not stop the critics from saying that batteries are harmful and only used once and then go into a landfill, which isn't, the case, but all right. The April prize winners will be announced on Monday's weekly GigaMath Progress Tracker video, but there's a new promotion for the month of May. I will plant a tree for every new subscriber. Help the channel, help the planet. It's just that easy, and it costs you nothing. Subscribe, share it with your friends, and every one of them who subscribes, that's another tree I'm gonna plant. Ford says chip shortage to halve Q2 vehicle output, but could ease this summer. CEO Jim Farley, and yes, that really is Chris Farley's cousin, can't you tell by looking, has said that the chip shortage, the semiconductor shortage, is absolutely hammering Ford. I would argue, Ford is not helping Ford, but maybe that's a separate issue. And in equally irrational news, the number 2 U.S. automaker handily beat Wall Street's profit estimate, earning 81 cents a share against the consensus 21 cents a share, and shares fell 2.9%. Oh, stock market. Is there anything you can't misunderstand? The Financial Times reports VW warns of big production hit as chip shortage worsens. Volkswagen has warned top managers to brace for a bigger production hit in the second quarter because of the global chip shortage. This is not unique to Ford and Volkswagen. Kind of everyone is feeling it, even to a lesser extent Tesla. Ford has, in the last week, closed a dozen facilities in North America and Europe, some for months, while Jaguar Land Rover will shut 2 of their UK factories this week. Renault last week suspended production guidance completely, saying there's too much uncertainty in its supply chain. And Daimler cut the hours of more than 18,000 staff in Germany to cater to lower production levels. So this is, kind of a big deal. M&M is reporting that eroding resale values could bring about the demise of gas cars much sooner than we think. Yeah, as EVs start hitting the market, especially the secondary market, the used market, in greater numbers, I don't know. I'm just not sure who's going to keep pumping up the price of a used ICE car. Advocates of the more timid timelines often cite a long lifespan of modern cars. A new car today can last well over 10 years. So even if everyone stopped buying gas cars, they'd still be on the road for quite some time. Honda commits to selling only EVs and fuel cell vehicles by 2040. 2040. Well, that's fantastic. That means you still have time to meet that special someone, get married, have a child, and when that child is old enough to drive, perhaps even an adult, they will get to enjoy Honda's fully non-gasoline fleet. Wow, that is long-term thinking, Honda. GM will build 2 electric SUVs for Honda by 2024. The idea being Honda is just not ready to go with their own products, so they are tapping into the Ultium platform that GM is hyping so much. Maybe it'll work. I believe it will, to build them 2 SUVs for the Acura brand. They're going to help design them and then build them. So that's great. That will allow Acura buyers to tap into the $7,500 EV buyer credit. So great, I guess. Maybe they'll be awesome. Prince Edward in a Can Island EV rebate program goes live, retroactive to April 1st. Now this sounds fantastic. You could get up to $10,000 off when you include the $5,000 rebate available in Prince Edward Island province. So the problem with it is there's only $500,000 available, and it's a $5,000 credit. For those of you doing the math at home, that means 100 buyers will get a discount on an EV. With the big caveat being that you have to buy it at a dealership in the province, of which Tesla, of course, has 0. On the plus side, it qualifies for new and used EVs, so you could buy a used Tesla and get the credit, but you better do it fast because there's only 100 of them. Rebates, not the Teslas. The Guardian is reporting swap and go electric trucks to run between Sydney and Brisbane using exchangeable batteries. So they're going to be slowly electrifying this fleet with swappable battery packs that can be changed in 3 minutes. And the idea is these will not be new trucks, but when a truck comes in for an engine rebuild and needs to be, overhauled, they'll just do the changeover at that time. And ideally, it is believed that the cost for operation will be significantly lower. Instead of a 7.5 to 8 cents per kilometer, you're looking at 3 cents a kilometer to operate the electric version. If this works, man, do it. This is great. The company is something with a butt in it. Janus Electric is the one doing the conversions, and that, do be a fantastic. If you want early access, bonus content, and an ad-free experience, consider helping out the channel on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. I can't do this without you guys, and your help means the world to me. So what did I miss or misunderstand? Leave me your hottest takes in the comments below, and stay tuned, stay juicy, and I can't wait to hear from you clever robots on the greener side of the fence.